Hey, listen, this is my third time trying to do a political read. The first time there was no volume. The second time, so the first one was 54 minutes, no volume, can't use it. The second time, an hour and 17 minutes. The first part of the video has volume, the phone rang, and then the rest of the video has no volume, an hour and 17 minutes. I don't know if I'm not supposed to say what's being revealed. Part of me feels like some of it already came out. If my video showed up when it was supposed to, it would have felt prophetic. So what I'm going to do, I believe, is I'm going to do Trump, Musk. Over here, I'm seeing maybe the people, but the people could be countries that they're trying to interact with, or maybe wisdom or knowledge. So this could be people / wisdom knowledge for what people need to do. Okay. So, dear God, thank you so much. You want me to use these? Okay. And this one? Okay, so Trump. Nourishment. Musk. The healer. And the people is the self. Well, that sure is interesting. I would probably pick self for either Musk or Trump, if, in the natural. But these are the cards that we've been given, and this is what we're going to rock with. Okay. So let's look into nourishment. Like, nourishment is feeding someone something. It's about fortifying oneself. It says here that laziness often tricks us into choosing things that are depleting instead of stimulating. And I can tell you, I don't normally watch politics, right? Because I just feel that they are such a dishonest group of people. I do. All the backdoor deals, all the commensurating with one another, like, I just don't like it. I don't like the energy around it. But I have to say, since, Kamala entered the race as a mixed race Black woman, it did pique my interest. But what is going on now between the U.S. threatening to put tariffs, to pull them back, to give a delay, to Trump not really negotiating anything, to watching Trump meander through the southern countries of Panama and El Salvador and Venezuela, and how they're doing that, and the formation of BRICS, and how Canada is, really on this kick to buy Canadian. I don't oppose it. And some of the new leadership that's coming up through the ranks, or at least trying to, what's her name? Danielle Smith, Pierre Poilievre, thumbs down. Not thumbs down. I mean, yeah, I think thumbs down, but thumbs down because I'm hearing the word not genuine. I'm hearing sellout. Okay. All right. The healer for Elon. Honestly, myself, I would never pick that. It says here that you're undergoing a process of deep healing. Setbacks you're experiencing will ensure your personal growth. That's interesting how nourishment and healer would be, oh my gosh, you know what, I got a flash. Like the nourishment, the healer, and the self, all three of these pieces play into one another. They play into this environment. Although for most, they might feel what is happening in the Trump administration with Musk is negative. I think this really is a tower moment for the United States. Listen, superpowers do not reign forever. For a very long time, the U.S. has been losing their grip. What am I hearing? What am I hearing? Sorry. For a very long time, this was losing their grip. I just lost it. What are you telling me? Oh, okay. So some of the evidence of that is when you have to hold back or disenfranchise or put blockades in place to prevent other countries or their own citizens from flourishing along the normal path of their entitled destiny. Wow, that was a lot. For example, I think it's called DeepSeek. It's open source AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT from China. Supposedly they did it on old chips and for a lot less money than the best, newest chips of, I don't know, NVIDIA, and for not billions of dollars. And that helped to really affect the US economy, the market. The point is, the cheating or the putting up of blocks to prevent others from doing well is something that the US historically does. They do it to their people based on race, based on economic status. They do it on the world stage. Elon Musk is not a healer per se, right? He's not. But his energy is causing us to take a look at the things that are broken or do not work, or the loopholes in the Constitution or the way in which Congress and Senate is set up. What you're seeing is a very brazen display between Trump and Musk of power. This is an example of him feeding himself. This is an example of Elon assisting in causing destruction and decay. What you are seeing, though, is that the nourishment and the healer are a reflection of self. It's a reflection of what has been allowed and tolerated in society. What's interesting to me as I look at this also is this is the Trump card, this is the Elon card, and there's these, I don't know what to call it, like rectangles with a rectangle inside or diamond shaped. There's one here and there's many over here. I'm curious as to, what can I use? What is the, should I use this deck? Let's see. What is the connection between Musk and Elon, and specifically, what is so interesting? Because my question is about this shape, right? And as I look at this card, there's a black hole, like one of these is missing. And so maybe this belongs there. So what I'm asking about is, what is the connection of this shape to Elon? Like, how are they interconnected? I don't know. How are they interconnected? Why is it missing? What is the connection? I think it's... This one? I think they're in awe of one another. It says generational curse, mental illness, sexual perversion, yes. Finances, sins of the father, a lack of morality, they are immoral. There's poverty and depression. Illumination, purity, clarity, sacred, authority, and God. I think they do, you know, without getting into too much sociology, I think they do have a God complex. I believe they do. And they're feeding themselves, but what are they feeding themselves with? They do hold themselves in high esteem. Yeah. And I think what's happening here is there's a lack of a realization. They think that they are the authors of this story, and they're not. And they're writing the story of their demise. Pharaoh / Musk, I almost called him Musk, are the Pharaoh in this story. And the self is the people, the will of the people. There are some folks that did, either you voted Trump, you align with mega beliefs, you're a Republican, or you didn't vote. Not voting is making a decision in action. You're giving your vote. So if people are supposed to get one vote each, you've amplified your non-vote to the voting will and desires of the others. You need to understand that. What do we got here? We got 10 plagues, 10 commandments. Oh! You shall not steal. And this nourishment and healer, this relationship is symbiotic here between Trump and Musk. Healer in the way that it's provisional. He's helping him. There's an action. Nourishment is that Trump is feeding off Elon. It says here also, you shall not take Father God's name in vain, nor Mother God, Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ. Like, what is happening here is it's a spiritual reckoning. And I mentioned Pharaoh. And what we have here are the 10 plagues, the 10 commandments. Like, when I made this card, I saw the 10 commandments as being the antidote to the 10 plagues. And we are going to see plagues come to pass or fall out as a result of the action steps of Trump and Musk. So in the Bible, it was like livestock, flies, frogs. I think it was 3 nights of darkness, water turning into blood, death of the firstborn. I can't remember all of them, right? But in my mind, the commandments were the antithesis of those plagues, right? So one of them, not taking God's name in vain, thou shalt not kill, murder, steal. And look, the steal is the stealing part that really got me. It's so interesting that we've got the 10 commandments, the plagues, and the thou shalt not steal for Trump and Musk. I should probably put this here. Okay. And this generational curse is the impact that their behavior and the actions that they're taking, and not just them. I'm talking about the administration. I'm talking about the Republicans. I'm talking, and that, let me tell you, those moves, the supporting of these illegal behaviors is going to have a long-lasting generational effect on everybody, but specifically those who have had a hand in it, those, especially those who support them in what they're doing, those who voted for them and see what they're doing and continue to toe the party line, it's curses upon you. It is. The shall not steal. I'm thinking of Trump and what was it? Trump coin, Bitcoin, whatever him and Melania did. And I believe a lot of people have lost their wealth, their fortune. It went up high and then it started to come down to settle that. That always happens with an IPO, initial public offering, okay? Because of the anticipation and everything, The value of it goes up really high and then it settles down. And so if you bought down here while it went up, great. But if you're buying close to the top, not so great, because when it settles down, you're losing. You're losing. And now the two of them, they're billionaires as a result of this thing. Pimping the presidency. They're pimping what? Pimp my ride. Pimp my Oval Office. No, it's me. It's me. Sorry, my dog is here, and anytime you make a noise or whatever, he wants to start barking. Huh. All right. Tell me about the self. Oh. Look at the self. This self, oh. Okay, so this is the story of the prodigal son. And in the Bible, the prodigal son wanted their inheritance now. They wanted something before they were ready. They wanted something before the time. And so the father said, fine, I'll give you your portion of the inheritance. Here you go. And he gave it to him. And he went out, and let's say in modern times, he squandered it, right? So I don't know what you'd be doing back then to squander it. Like, yeah, there was prostitution back then. Yeah, maybe he drank too much. Yeah, he had drink. So what would a modern day squandering be? Cars, homes, chains, stocks, clothes, and they squandered it. And it wasn't until they came to the low place that they came back to their senses and returned home, and they were welcomed home with open arms. And what I'm hearing is that I'll just say it on a global scale. It's almost like we've become lovers of ourselves, right? There will come a time when we become lovers of ourselves and we abandon what is right. We abandon what is righteous. We abandon what is good for people. We abandon kindness. We abandon love. And we're more about self-interest and self-preservation and making money, gaining money, getting status, getting fame. And we are worshiping and idolizing the wrong things. The blessing of this situation is there's an opportunity to self-correct and come back home, come back to our senses. All right. And it's inheritance. And this is an opportunity to not have the generational curse, right? There's opportunity to course correct, to self-correct. What else do we need? Oh. Okay. Lice. So this is a plague. Lice is a personal, well, I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but sorry, 1 second. Let me, all right. So this lice here, what do we want to say about lice? Like, it's something that affects the body, affects hair on the body. So wherever there's hair, I guess your head, namely, and your private area, it can go there. It's itchy, it's disturbing, it's uncomfortable, it's a process. And so to me, that highlights what the country is experiencing right now. But it's not just the countries, other countries that are affected by this union here. Okay? It's an opportunity actually for people to correct and see what they've done and are doing wrong, and to make the necessary changes. Also, it's not just about pointing your fingers at Musk and Elon. Where in your life do you emulate some of what they're doing, and how can you correct it? How? right, sorry, I forgot I'm recording. Okay. Anything else we need to know about the people? I also feel like these are insects. I'm hearing not to apologize. The insects also remind me of the smaller countries that the U.S. is trying to get in bed with and how they are infecting them as well. Meeting with Panama, stopping China from continuing to build roads or bridges, whatever they were doing out there, right? And I understand that because it used to be Russia was America's enemy, and now it's China. Right? The other day, was it in, it's not Panama, it's not El Salvador, was it Venezuela? Whatever that guy is that's on his tour speaking Spanish to all of them, and they're foolishly, it's either one of, it's one of a few things, okay? It's either, sorry, I'm hearing I need to get a specific deck. It's either, they're being forced into it, because notice he's saying the same thing. They so graciously offered to allow us to bring deportees here from any country. Okay? And they're also allowing us to send criminals from any country. And they're also allowing us to send American criminals. Okay? So you think about that. What does that mean? What does that mean? Which population makes up most of the people in jail? Percentage-wise, right? So based on the percentage of the population and the percentage of that population in jail, it's people like this, okay? So now you're going to start exporting the people that you consider to be trash or you don't want in your country. And you're going to export them to the countries that you believe are, I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was in his first term, Trump referred to, less income producing countries as shitholes, I think it was. So now they're making arrangements with shithole countries to hold people that they consider to be less desirable. Do you understand? Do you see what's happening here? What's happening is the underbelly of America is being exposed. So some people are shocked at this behavior. Other people who have been on the receiving end of this type of treatment for centuries, this is not surprising because those other people voted against this thing here. And the advice of the other people who voted against Trump was dismissed on the basis of race, and they're not educated and they don't know what they're doing. Racism is costly. It's costly. It is costly. Okay. It's funny. I mentioned earlier I tried to do a political reading twice before. So the first time, 54 minutes, no volume. Second time, an hour and 17 minutes, maybe volume for the first 25 minutes. The phone rings, the video keeps going, but it cuts off my volume. And I'm here now for the third time. And what's interesting is that the bowl of pottage, livestock, and Cain and Abel came out. This Cain and Abel, though, has to do with the energy between Musk and Elon. I'm hearing the word tension. I was about to say this isn't going to work out, but before I even could finish that sentence, I heard the word tension. There is tension. The chickens are coming home to roost. I'm just looking at the pigs here and there. I don't know if there's necessarily a connection between the pigs on this. And by the way, this is one of the plagues, the livestock plagues, how livestock was hit, which is interesting because the if the trade war, I'm going to call it a trade embargo, that's essentially what it is, the tax went through, the livestock industry would certainly be hit. But this is about the chickens coming home to roost as well, right? And so what's also interesting is the US has had its hand in a lot of creating a lot of government instability in a lot of countries around the world. It's just what they do. And they do it underhandedly. And so it almost seems obnoxious in a way to be upset when there's a coup in your country, when your country has caused many a coup or killed many a leader because they wanted oil or money or control or what have you, right? So this lice that is visiting the self, because it's not just a global, it's not just national, it's multinational and it's global. And it's not just on a macro scale, it is micro like lice. This plague in the Bible, I believe God said, I guess it was Moses, or told Aaron to stretch out his hand and for all the sand that you see to turn it into lice. Could you imagine? Think of a beach near you and think of all those grains of sand becoming lice to infest everything, to crawl in your food, your clothes, your mode of transportation, all over your children, all over you, in your drinking water. And this result, these curses, the livestock curse, the lice, the 10 plagues, is a result of dishonoring. Maybe one more card for here, and then I think I'm done with this deck. I think. Can I have one more card for the self, please? One more card for the self. What else do we need to know about the self? Look at that. Reconciliation, which has to do with the prodigal son. It's about coming to your senses. It's about restoration, rebuilding, recovering, revive, renew, alliance, merger, union, reunion, reconnecting. Reconnecting to what is right. Because this is not right. But they don't realize that, or maybe whatever. There's a lack of realization that this is necessary. This here, people, this is the tower. That is the tower moment. That's what it is. I'm going to get this deck. This is my Urban Tarot. I like this deck because it's a deck about New York. All right, let's go. What other energy or what other information can you give me about the internal workings of, I want to say Trump, but I heard in my head Musk. So let's see what comes out on this card. This is 9 of Cups in reverse. This is happiness, but it's not happiness. Interesting, there's a lot of red for Republican. I'll say right now, this is not a picnic of a situation. These are red, angry skies. This is not as easy as I thought it would be. I'm seeing this blood. Oh, I'm seeing this red, and it's reminding me of blood. Plus, there's the Cain and Abel here. The energy between Trump and Musk is one of Cain and Abel. There's a jealousy here. Also, this bowl of pottage. The bowl of pottage had to do with, I don't know, I think I want to say, like, is it Esau's sons? I think. And how one son was working in the field and he came back and he was so hungry from all the work. And his brother said, listen, I'll give you some of the soup if you exchange your birthright for me. So, there was an exchange. This bowl of pottage has to do with the exchange between the nourishment and the healer. They each had something that the other person wanted. I think Elon had money and technology that Trump needed. And Trump had a position and a level of authority, and I'm hearing notoriety, but a certain level of respect, power. That was the exchange, and that is what this little thing is. I'm hearing two things. I'm not sure which one is correct. Either Elon got way more out of the deal than Trump, or this was an even exchange. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm not hearing it clearly. So I'm just going to give you both. Oh. Yeah, the filmmaker. This Prince of Cups, lining things up, setting the scene, creating the narrative. A storyteller of sorts, that would be both of them. That again speaks to this energy that's here. Doesn't mean the story is truthful or honest. Setting up the frame, setting up the story, making sure that things line up. Theatrics, theater, it's a game, it's a play, it's for show. It's Hollywood, TV stars. An unveiling before our eyes. I feel like this is a reflection on society, as I've already said. Because while this director is, kind of filming it up, you also see their hands, but then you see another set of hands doing it right back to them. You get that? This is it. This is the move. That's it. Not this. It's like this. I'm hearing this card. Look at that interference. That's for sure. There's definitely interference. I'm hearing turn the TV off, Kendrick Lamar. Interference, cables, wires, antenna, swords, pain, misinformation, mistruth, deception. Anything else? Oops. Anything else I could see in here? Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Look at this. Defeat. Which is an interesting card for some reason to come out alongside the interference. Because I'm receiving this card, because it's defeat in reverse, but it doesn't mean, okay, well, there's no defeat. They will be defeated. It's just a difficult time doing it right now. They're very slippery, slidey, snakish. Let's take a look at this, though. This is what? The Three of Clubs, which is Three of Wands, which is forward progression. Then there's the Four of, I'm going to say, Pentacles here. That's being, like, that's when they're hugging the money. Money hungry is how I'm hearing it. Then this is, hold on. That's the, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that the 7 of cups? 7 of cups is choice. So it's like all these things are on the table. I'm guessing this is like a bit of a slot machine. This pentacle is in reverse. To me, highlighting the devil card, right? It's normally the pentacle or a goat with horns that is in, and the pentacle is in reverse on them. Now, this is clubs and this is spade. So 2 of spade, I'm going to receive as sword. So 2 swords making a decision, and 5, it's a difficult decision. It is a decision that, I don't want to say useless or meaningless because that is not this situation, but not necessarily the outcome they want. That's interesting to get that card. So what's happening now? They feel that they're making some level of progress. I don't believe they anticipated the amount of backlash. Amount of backlash that they're getting. Out came the Maj. To me, this is Elon. This could be Elon. This could be the people around Elon that are trying to get access to personal information, financial information of employees. So sitting there at like they're a composer, if you will, orchestrating this thing. All these tools at their disposal, the emotional intelligence, relationships, finances, assets, government contracts, truth, how to distort it, change it, utilize it to their benefit, and wands. I'll take this top one. Yeah, again, strife. And I already talked to you about the Cain and Abel here. And the bowl of pottage. And the interference. And so there is a bit of a power struggle that is taking place as well. Are you able to see everything? There. Wow. I don't know if there's anything else I want to pull in for this one. I am going to, look at this. This is not good. This is futile. Like, the efforts are futile. Like, whatever they're doing, they're trying to do it. In some ways, they'll be successful. But in a lot of ways, their plan will not work. It will not work. It's a matter of time before they recognize some of the things that they want to do are futile. It's a matter of time that before there will be defeat. There will be defeat, though. Okay, let me put this here, I guess. And please give me something for, like, the people. Oh, I'm hearing I should get a card for what the blind spot is. And look who showed up. Remember I was talking about the devil? That this is like, where was it? This card, the defeat. And here comes the devil. You guys are working with the devil, and his intention is to enslave you. See all the little people? All those drawings on the bathroom floor? To defeat the devil, you'll need to be prudent. Y'all will need to look into things, be careful, measure twice, cut once, utilize the experience that you have, understand who you're playing against. This is the devil. And the devil will appear in a number of ways to get your attention, to get your buy-in, all of that. All of that. the devil is expecting a surrender. When I see all these people, do you see all the people, all the little drawings? Those come to me like someone's on their knees, someone's putting their hand up in like despair. This person's groveling. There's a surrender. Listen, things are going to get worse before they get better. They are going to get horribly worse before they get better. This is also a matter of time. There is divine timing. I don't know if this person, I mean, maybe they collect watches. Maybe they're trying to fix something. Well, yeah, they are a purveyor, a conveyor of time and fixing timepieces. In order to get through this, get over it, you need to be diligent. You need to be watchful. You need to be on it. You need to not take anything for granted. It will take time, no pun intended, but you have to look at things. You have to utilize the tools at your disposal. And sometimes the regular way that you will look at something is not what is needed. You need something more intense. This is the man's glasses down here on the table. Here he has, I don't know, a little magnifying eye to really see the fine detail. And that's what happened with Project 2025. All y'all saw was this. You didn't see that it was all this. They were planning underneath the cover. So I'm going to pull a blind spot card, and I'm going to let you know where the blind spot of the people is. Okay. This is number 16. Oh, shit. In tarot, 16 is the Tower. Okay, let's see what this book has to say. Number 16 is control. This is the blind spot. They're going to find more and more ways to control. Okay, so let's see what it says here. It says if you've drawn this card, you're doing what you are doing for control. Your hidden motive of control is causing you pain and pain in other people as well. You're most likely to control the inevitable or control the uncontrollable. As a result, you are feeling powerless, terrified, and out of control. You're focusing on something as if it is something that you can control and as if controlling it will prevent pain. This is especially true when you're trying to control things external to you, right? And that's why this reconciliation card was a card of coming back to yourself, controlling what is within, doing the things that you know you can, coming to your senses, and moving properly. Wow, that's something else. It is a superbly powerless position to put yourself in it to require them to do something else so that you can feel good. In this way, trying to control puts you squarely out of control. This is why it could be said that control is an illusion. Interesting that we're using the word illusion when we have the Prince of Cups, the filmmaker, right? Look at the situation. Ask yourself, how am I trying to control the scenario? Criticism is often an attempt to gain control of others. And you are trying to get control back of the situation. And I don't see there anything being wrong with it. But I think the process, the plan, and the way in which you move about it and do it is important. This is not the time for they go low, we go high. They go low. Well, I can't say what I want to say, actually. I don't want to. But you understand. Okay. Where am I here? We are only critical of something when we are afraid we will be affected by it. Criticism is a cry for help in disguise. It's a cry for help that says I feel powerless to others, and so I can't trust myself to make myself feel good, and especially to feel emotionally safe. And didn't we have, generosity here? We had something about love here. Okay. Where am I here? Oh, yeah. And so we want them to correct this thing because it's going to cause pain and you don't want to have to feel bad. Control is impregnated with disapproval. If I'm going to control myself, I'm disapproving myself in some way and distrusting myself in some way. If I'm controlling of other people, I am disapproving of the distrusting them in some way. So if this card comes up, And you're constantly trying to assert your power to influence or direct you or other people or the events is the problem at hand. You are controlling yourself or others in ways that do not benefit anyone. So this is the blind spot. This is what you're not seeing. So the way that you're going about it, the way that you're going about it may simply get you into another painful situation. Pushing against what you do not want is making it impossible to bring about what you actually do want. So what I'm saying is that y'all need to find a way to combat this, not in a way that's expected. There has to be a level of creativity here at play. Absolutely there does. I'm just trying to see. Should I take one more card? I'll take this. Okay, Google, what sign is Pluto in right now?
Sorry, I don't understand.
I just don't understand why Google doesn't know that. Okay, Google, what astrological planet is... Sorry. Okay, Google, what astrological sign is Pluto in right now?
On the website stylecaster.com, they say, thanks to Pluto's slow orbit and annual retrograde periods, it reverted back to Capricorn on June 11, 2023. But as of November 19, 2024, Pluto will remain in Aquarius until 2043 and 2044, giving the planet a solid 2 decades to work its transformative magic in the Aquarius-ruled parts of our chart.
Wow. So Pluto is in Aquarius. No, this isn't Aquarius season. Is it? Okay, Google. What is the month for Aquarius? Is it now?
On the website almanac.com, they say, Aquarius is the 11th astrological sign in the zodiac, originating from the constellation of Aquarius. Under the tropical zodiac, the sun transits this sign between January 20th and February 18th.
Jesus. Wow. Very timely. Elephant. No wonder why I went for this deck. I didn't know why. It was just calling me. All right. That's crazy. Okay, where do I find elephant in here? Is it alphabetical? Oh my God, look at that. Okay. So listen to this. Elephant. Obstacles, strength, majesty, wisdom, and endurance. Perhaps one of the most famous images is an elephant is that of the Hindu god Ganesh. That is beautiful. The mover of obstacles, and people can pray to him when they need help overcoming an obstacle. If the elephant has arrived in your reading, it's possible that there's an obstacle in your path now. There is strength and a certain wisdom, prudence required to tackle this pesky roadblock, as it may seem heavy or as big as an elephant. However, along with strength, we must also have grace. Figuring out how to embody both at once and how to embody them effectively is where wisdom comes in. It's likely that the obstacle you're facing now is a frustrating one. Maybe the situation has been playing out for some time and you find yourself feeling defeated or discouraged. The elephant card also calls for resiliency and endurance. Remember that elephants are often symbols of good luck. Yours may be right around the corner. Wow. Wow. And it's got a butterfly here for like transformation. But obstacles, strength, majesty, wisdom, and endurance. That is how you overcome this need for, yes, there's a need for control. Yes, because things feel out of control, but it's about control of self first. Like you show up as the example and you have to move differently. You have to move wisely. And this 16, when I talked about this being the tower, is something else. Also, these pentacles remind me of my discussion about like inheritance and the generational curses. How you move now will determine which side you're on. Yeah. And not even, I don't mean which side, the Musk side, the Trump side, the non-Musk Trump, red Republican, MAGA. That's what I'm talking about. It is your personal inheritance. It is your story. Are you going to live in a way that brings 10 plagues into your life or 10 commandments? The other thing that I heard, I don't know if I said it earlier, but the planes crashing, the stock market crashing, the trade wars, the deportations, those are the modern day plagues. Unkindness and hate, those have been around, but they're just being edified through this connection here. I think my closing message to you would be to go to Psalms 139:14, I believe that is. And just remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you're capable. And you have the mind space, the ability, the prudence, the intellect, the wisdom to overturn this in your personal life and collectively together, to find like-minded people that can help really bring what they're doing to a place of defeat, futility, by continuing to interfere, by moving and thinking differently. Wow. Woo! All right. Watch another video. Let it play while you tidy, while you clean, while you drive. It really helps. Please make a comment. Listen, if you've gotten this far, I want to know. Put an elephant in the chat for me, please. Put an elephant. And what is the sign of the elephant? Is the elephant the Democratic Party? Hold on a second. No, was that the Republican? I don't even know. Okay, Google. Which party in the U.S. has an elephant as their symbol?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Google. Does the Republican Party have an elephant as their symbol?
On the website archives.gov, they say, the elephant is a widely recognized symbol of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Made popular by cartoonist Thomas Nast, the Republican elephant first appeared in Harper's Weekly in 1874. The Republicans have embraced the elephant as their official symbol and still use it in campaigns today.
That's so interesting when we were talking about control being the tower, and that the card that came out that is in your way is the elephant, which is the Republican Party and their ideologies. Elephant, again, being MAGA, Trump, Musk, Republicans, and those who did not vote. Okay? And the way for you to overcome the elephant is with strength, majesty, wisdom, and endurance, resiliency. Yeah. That's great. That's great. All right. Thank you. Bye.